Okay, we're live. Let's do this. Glad to be here. My name is Christoph Kemper. You guys see me? You guys hear me? Can I see a sign in the chat, please, from all the attendees? Hi, Axel. Hi, Andreas. Hi, Dani. Hi, David, Eric, John, Kuba, Micha, Ramona. Hey, Sion. Thanks. Glad to see you here. We're starting in a moment. Waiting for people to come in. Hey, Dani. You can hear me. That's wonderful. I do work on an Asus ROG now on my normal desk. In case you see me a bit later, I don't have a bad hair day, but the stuff that is behind me in my office actually doesn't look as nice as the stuff in my video room. So, yeah, I want to get started. Connection seems to be good. Thank you very much, Eric, for that. So let's get this started. I am excited to have you guys here, and today we're going to talk about algorithmic Google penalties and how to recover. Obviously, we know a thing or two about that. We build Link Detox. If you don't know me, my name is Christoph Kemper, founder of link research tools, Link Detox and Impactana, and I do SEO and marketing since 2003. So the truth is, I started selling links before I even knew why, well, that was important for Google. Many years later, we're talking about things like link risk management. So what is link risk management and why should I invest in that? As links build up risk over time, that is something that can hurt your business. I'll get to that in a moment, but I want to get started right away. Your organic traffic drives leads. We all want leads and we want good leads. And the truth is, based on this study here from Demand Wave, 2016 State of B2B Digital Marketing, organic search is the number 2. Right after email, this is the strongest lead driver, the strongest source of traffic. So if you're not in organic search, you're missing out big time. It's 67% compared to paid search on 47% and social media. If you're not doing organic search, then you're missing out big time. So that's what we all start with. And looking at which channels actually drive revenue for you, this is even more compelling to, you guys. Look at this. What this chart says is that these are the top converting channels, the top channels driving revenue. So we not only get a lot more leads from organic search, we also drive more revenue in there, a lot more than in paid search or social media or display. So knowing that, 2 things you should do for your clients. Make sure that they pay attention to the organic search results. Make sure that you engage in organic search marketing and SEO, which means links and content. Links and content are the 2 most important ranking factors, and that has not changed over the last 29 years. The web was invented in 1989, and it had video and text and links. Links were the big innovation there that made the web happen, and that led to organic search results in Google. And Google confirms that links are important for organic rankings. In October 2016, Gary Illyes at the PubCon Las Vegas on October 13, ranking without links is really, really hard. Not impossible, but very hard. And the credit for this goes to Wojtek Masur from Elifati. It's actually one of our certified professionals, one of the link research tools certified professionals at the PubCon Las Vegas 2016 challenged Gary Illyes so long until he confirmed or confessed to say maybe that ranking without links is really, really hard. And you know what happened next? A couple days later, other certified professionals like Don Anderson challenged Gary Illyes more. Hey, Gary, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Ranking without links? Which type of links? Do you mean internal links or external links? And on October 27, Gary Illyes said, the external links, of course. The internal links, not so much. So I think that says it all. And this means links and link building is important to drive your leads, to drive your revenue, to drive your business. You can, in a very, very exotic niche, maybe write some really great content if there's no other good content around and rank for it. But that's not because you don't need links. It's because in this specific niche, there's no good content around. And unless you've been living under a rock or do something very exotic, you have competitors, probably more than 10 competitors that work in your niche. And they all do links. They all do links and link building and, of course, link audits for link risk management. Because spammy links can trigger a Google Penguin penalty at any time. Repeat after me, at any time now, because we do have the Penguin 4.0, the real-time Penguin. So what is this new Penguin 4.0 about? What is the new thing? Google Penguin is an algorithm. It's an automated link spam fighter. And what this means is it's a piece of software, a little bit of code inside the Google core algorithm to make sure that unnatural links, paid links, anything that looks suspicious or artificial can be found by Google and, taken out of the equation on one hand, which is what they did for many years, but also penalize you for using that. Because, honest words, Google does not fancy you trying to manipulate them. And this is exactly what we're trying to do in SEO. SEO is not following Google's advice. SEO is challenging Google's advice. SEO is trying to make your own website rank better. And there are two components to that, how to do that. Well, you need great content, of course, because otherwise, what do you do with all the traffic? And you need links. So here's what a Penguin penalty, an algorithmic penalty looks like. And that's a terrifying moment when you get to the office on Monday morning, you don't have any calls, no emails, no orders. The website seems to be there, but IT and the general manager freak out because it looks like it's broken. The truth is a 99% traffic drop hurts big time. And this put several businesses out of business back then. In Link Detox, looks like this. We have Link Detox to analyze the risk in a backlink profile. And when you look at websites with such a toxic backlink profile that goes beyond the 1,000, beyond the 2,000, beyond the 3,000, this is what a penalty looks like from the inside of the backlink profile. And we can look at that with Link Detox, making sure that we do a full audit on all the links and do the job right using the keyword classification above 80%. Also, evaluating no-follow links, which is what I recommend. There are some SEOs that think no-follow links don't have a risk, and we got you covered. You can go forward and ignore them completely in the software. This is not something that we force you to. What we force you to, though, is to do a full audit. Partial audits do not make sense. Okay, but going back to these penalties, we asked our customers, and a third of them already faced a Google penalty. Half of them did not, which is great. But then, a fifth of you, 20% of you are not sure if they faced a penalty or a manual action for unnatural links to the website, which, could move the needle in the one or the other direction here. I encourage you to check it out. Look into your Google Search Console if you find some actual notifications about manual actions, but you do not get manual action. You do not get notifications for algorithmic penalties like Penguin. So you need to do the proper homework to look at your traffic, to look at your stats, and of course to run a Link Detox audit. Again, 20% of you don't even know. This is not what I expect to hear. This is not what your client expects to hear from you. If they hire you as an SEO, they want you to look after their stuff, isn't it? You are the experts. You are the professionals to work on the organic side of your client or your boss. So you should know if you have a penalty or not. And if you want to figure that out, if you want to find it out, you need to do everything necessary. Especially because the Google Real-Time Penguin is live. It launched in October 2016, finally, after some wait time. And that means that your website or your client's website can be hit at any time. Because the new thing in Google Penguin 4.0 is the real-time aspect, which allows real-time negative SEO as well. And if a competitor wants to bowl you out of the results for specific keywords, this is possible now even faster. But when we talk about negative SEO, let's not forget that your own mistakes, when you do things wrong or when you go after those really, really crappy links on Fiverr for $5, you could basically do, incidentally, negative SEO to yourself as well. So, and all of that happens in real time. And what real time means, I'll come to in a second. But the second most important part on Penguin 4.0 is the granular effects, is that there are specific filters for directories, subpages, or keywords. Google can now penalize you using the Google Penguin 4.0 algorithm on specific keywords that you went after, on specific subpages or directories that you over-optimized. And that's a great thing, because that means you will not lose it all overnight. The downside to that, though, is that it's harder to figure out if you actually have a penalty. Because if only some of your keywords go down that you recently built some shady links for, or someone else built shady links for you, if they go down and you don't find that, well, that's an issue. And that is also the problem. It's harder for SEOs. It's harder for SEO analysts, for us, for anyone to figure out if it actually hit. The good news is faster recovery is possible because of the real-time aspect, which means that Google's data is refreshed with every recrawl. This is what they say with real-time. When they say real-time, of course, they're not crawling the whole web in real-time. Not because Google couldn't afford it. It's because many servers and many websites would be totally overloaded. So Google cannot do it because the web is not a real-time media, if you want. So anything that Google does is the same thing here as they did before. They work through all these backlinks, they crawl all the links, and as they recrawl it, they recalculate the Penguin data, the Penguin spam signals. And that means you actually get a faster response to your actions, positive or negative. And this again is great news, because this is putting us back into a time before Penguin, where SEO was over-optimizing and de-optimizing. If you went too far, you could reverse that. And that is exactly what is possible now again. So welcome to the new world of the original SEO, testing and trying without risking it all. However, this recrawling needs to be, pushed sometimes, because, well, the recrawling doesn't happen when you upload a disavow file. It doesn't happen because you want it to. And that means you might want to use a tool like Link Detox Boost, with which you have in link research tools and the superhero and up plans included, to force Google to crawl those links. I'll get to the questions a little bit later. What SEOs need to do in the real-time Penguin era is, of course, to collect as many backlinks as possible for the audit, to combine, to find those backlinks. And this is our job. We just upgraded to a new commercial link data source, to the 25th source. Sounds like a far stretch? We started out adding additional link data sources since day one. Link research tools has been around since 2009, and we improve on a regular basis. And our mission is to solve the link data puzzle. And just recently, with this new 25th source, we could double, triple, 5x, 10x, or 20x, or in rare cases even more, the number of backlinks that we find for a domain. Why is that important? Because that's what it's all about. Collecting and recrawling all the backlink data that you can find using link research tools. Why? Because you want to find those bad links that cause a penalty. Getting a risky backlinks, without doing anything, is that even possible? Inga said, I never built links after my penalty. That's one of my best friends now. In 2013, he had a penalty, became a customer, got rid of the penalty, and, well, then decided to do nothing about links. He wanted to play it nice, be the good boy, the good guy, doing everything that Google says. He did the SSL thing. He did the website speed thing. Of course, he built better content, better landing pages, which is something you should do anyways, all the time. Improve your content. Oh my God. What do you do if you get all the traffic in the world to your landing page and it's bad? Then you won't make what you could make. You always improve your landing pages. So that's all great. And Ingo did a fantastic job. The problem we saw in 2016 there was he came to my training again and asked me, Christoph, what's going on? I want to learn about links because something is wrong. What's going on? I didn't do any link building. Why do these other people rank better? We did some link detox and we found out, well, he did not do any link building. But his competitors did it for him. They built the good links to themselves and the bad links to Ingo, and this piled up. And when you just look at one slice of this whole backlink data pie that you see here, being the blue one, you miss out. You miss out big time. This is like going to the doctor and only having your left hand checked. If you do an audit, you do a full audit. It's like going to the garage and having your car serviced and getting service and approval for the next year. And you only want to spend $10 on it, so they only look at your front lights and say, "Oh, you're good to go for the next year. It's secure." It's actually not safe to do that. It's dangerous. Looking at just one slice of the backlink data is dangerous. And this is why we worked so hard to bring you so much more backlink data now, which is in some cases very surprising amounts of data. So if you ever get across the question if we should really audit all the backlinks, of course you need to audit all the backlinks, because only looking at 500,000 links versus 17 million links, for example, looks like this. This is an image of what 500,000 of 17 million means. And that's not a top-level approach. It has nothing to do with statistics. The significance of this little slice, as measured in statistical significance, doesn't matter. We're not talking about statistics here. On the other hand, statistics fail anyways. Look at Brexit and look at this new guy in the US, this number 45 president. They had very, very different expectations based on the statistics. But again, we're not talking statistics. This is not about a sample size. We do look at backlink data. It's not about the question A or B wins. It's about the question, which domains should I disavow? Which pages have spammy links to me? This is not something that statistics can help you with. So looking at the full pack of the data is mandatory. Otherwise, you miss out on a lot of problems. And I just had a call again with a client who told me it's better than nothing. I do disagree. When you put yourself in the shoes that this little slice is better than nothing, then please save your own time and sanity and save my time and sanity and don't do it at all. Please do not try to do a backlink audit of this miniature size and put yourself in the mood that this is good enough, because it's not. It actually is dangerous. It's dangerous for your client, so it's dangerous for you. They will come back to you if they have a penalty later on, or they might leave you because they have a penalty and go to another company, another agency that do this full audit and realize that it was done like this. You don't want that happen. If your client has been with you for many years, they trust you to do your job. And doing this is your job. Understanding that this is not something that is possible to do moving forward. Understanding that you need to look at a big picture. This is what I urge you to. Do yourself a favor and do this right, or otherwise, please don't do it at all. But I strongly urge you to do this right and, of course, do it. Just think about all the negative SEO out there. All these links that you might not find that could cause you troubles. If you don't do the full audit, this orange pie is something that you would never look at. You would never find these links. And think about those old links, the spammy links that you maybe never removed. They're still part of your backlink profile. But Don't just count the number of links. They're not all equal. You need to ask how many links on how many linking pages, on how many linking domains, on how many links per month when it comes to link velocity trends get added or removed from the website. Which types of links? Follow, no follow, redirects, JavaScript frames, which is the linking power, like Google PageRank was until 2013 or so. We can measure the power of a link, the trust of a link, and the risk of a link. And all these things come together when we say we measure a link. The linking keyword, I hear this all the time, commercial keyword like buy cheap flights or buy cheap tickets is dangerous. It's not. It's not the commercial anchor text. Whatever you read on Moz or some other high-level strategic blog where people just, repeat what they read elsewhere, please do yourself a favor. The commercial anchor text is required. It is good. It's not bad. It's not hurting you. But tons of commercial anchor text combined with high risk, combined with low trust, etc., cause you troubles. It's not just this one aspect. So many, many more aspects go together. And so, for example, when you say 1,000 backlinks, that could be 1,000 subpages or 1,000 different domains. It could be 1,000 subpages with the same anchor text linking to you from a footer, or it could be 1,000 subpages on a domain with different anchor text, with different types of links. There are all variations, and unless you look at them, unless you crawl that, this is not something that you can decide on. So whenever you see charts like this where the number of backlinks go up, you actually need to ask all these questions. How many linking domains and how many, power, trust, brand versus money? And guess what? How we find that out? We take those millions of links and crawl them. So number 3, of course, then you get rid of all those risky links and recover from the penalty. But you still need to disavow those bad links. Like I said, disavowing means you send a text file to Google, you upload it to Google Search Console, and tell Google that you don't want these links to count. And you should do this very often. But half of you actually ignored this part. Half the SEOs we asked never uploaded the disavow file. Can you imagine? To me, this sounds like half of the world's population never went to the dentist. Well, or slept. Anyway, it sounds crazy, and I would recommend that you say you want to do this. You upload disavow files based on an audit, and many of you never did that. Others did that at least every 6 months or every month. As often as needed is something that is an interesting answer, because who decides what is needed? We recommend to do it at least every month. Half of you waited also for Google to recrawl those disavowed links, because, well, only then the disavow works. The problem is, when you wait for Google to recrawl, that could be a long time. Only 13% of you used Boost. And don't wait. That's all wrong. It's not so happy waiting ages. Uploading a disavow file to Google is not enough. This only uploads it to Search Console. Google must recrawl the links for the disavow to work. And they said it in their Google Webmaster Help. As we recrawl the web and reprocess the pages, which can take a number of weeks, actually up to 9 months from what we've seen. And therefore we built Link Detox Boost, or short Boost, and could recover in as fast as 3 days. Yeah, building powerful penguin-friendly links is something, well, that we do because ranking without links is really, really hard. But what does penguin-friendly links mean here? Just because a link looks good, it doesn't have to be a good link. So do yourself a favor and try to free yourself from the thinking that the website, if it has a great template, is actually a great link, because that's what a lot of link sellers and spammers do. They buy these premium templates that come a dime a dozen, and, well, that doesn't make it a good link. You want to look at the data and also go for high trust links that are sometimes on really, really bad websites also. I mean, bad-looking websites, in terms of the design. So, what you could do is also to launch a scholarship content. Ask for relevant content. Ask for a strong link, a citation to your website. don't use the word strong link, and basically don't ask for the link specifically to the person, but you have all these students that are looking for jobs. So if you do a little scholarship contest and ask for great contributions, you would get links from universities or .edu. It's university places in general and relevant deep links. That is what you want. You get lots of links that Google will trust. And here's another takeaway for you guys to build links. You can check Wikipedia for that links. You can replace broken links in Wikipedia. Why you do that? Because Wikipedia is super high trust. It's a no-follow link. And you know what? This is great. Go after no-follow links. Or actually, do not worry about no-follow links. If you have to take a no-follow link because the whole publication, the whole system there only allows no-follow links, that's great. Wikipedia is an amazing source that is the best proof that no-follow links are super helpful. And there are free tools like the Wiki Grabber, for example, but you can also do this with a site command. And also, look at your competitors when it comes to building links. Links that are safe in Google's eyes, in Link Detox's eyes, you can look at. You can look at the detox risk of your competitors' links. And of course, want to go after those links that have a high power and trust and a low risk. Those are the links that your competitors have that you don't. You can also go for their common backlinks. Using the common backlink tool, you find out which links they have in common. And there is a page that we have for all these tools also on our website where you can read more about them. And let me quickly pull that up here. There is a fantastic illustration that we have about the concept of the common backlink tool. I don't have this in the slides here, but I think when you look at this, you immediately understand what it's about. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H would be your competitors. Okay? Let's assume for a moment that you only have 8 competitors. In the real world, if you would only have 8 competitors, you wouldn't need any SEO or link building or something, because you would always be the number 1 or 2 or 3, or at least rank on the first page, right? The truth is you have a lot more competitors, but let this be a simplified diagram. And those 8 competitors link to different places. Ah, sorry. What? This is the chart for the common backlinks. I'm sorry. This chart is actually... I said it wrong. I'm sorry. I talked about 8 competitors. What this chart actually says, it's 1, 2, 3 of your competitors. 1, 2, and 3 would be your competitors. And they are being linked to from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And well, that is even more simplified because your competitors will have a lot more than a handful of links. Okay. But A and F here have links to all 3 competitors. Or in other words, those are links that are powering all 3 of your competitors. And if you imagine that you would, run a CBLT for 10 or even more domains that have hundreds or thousands or 10,000s of links, you would get a lot of prospects, a lot of potential links that you could go after. And this is exactly what we see here in this screenshot of the table. You then suddenly get listed, which of those are in common. So for example, this line here links to 6 of the 6 competitors and has a power trust of 72, which is amazing. You want to get a link there. You also want to go after the links that you're missing out on, and those are the links that your competitors have that you don't. And if at least 2 of your competitors, like here, this example, have a link from those pages, then you may want to go after those links as well. Link Shoes Thief is another concept to have your competitors link to you indirectly. It's part of the link research tool Superhero and Up, and it allows you to build a link on a great website that your competitors are linking to. Let me pull up a diagram real fast for that. Because it looks very similar, it might be confusing. It confused me just a moment ago when I looked at the image that had the same colors. LJT. Yeah, this is what we want. This is what you need to understand. If you only take one piece of advice away from this webinar, it's this. The link choose thief helps you get backlinks from high authority pages in your niche. How does it do that? It looks at where are your competitors linking to. And here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H are your competitors. This is what confused me before. It's also 8 and it's also blue. But actually, in this case, these are the competitors linking out to other websites. And 1, 2, 3 all have backlinks from your competitors. And in fact, especially 1, 2, and 3 have the most backlinks. If you look at 3, it even has more backlinks from other pages, but those would be the important ones. And what you can then do is you take those pages that your competitors link to, or at least a domain, and try to get a link there. And when you look at this number 2 here, it is being linked to from 3 competitors. And when you get a link on number 2, this will mean your competitors link indirectly to you. And here's the kicker. Instead of buying the link, you could even buy the whole website. Money's in the game, maybe. That's an interesting angle to look at. So let me continue here. Of course, we have link alerts to monitor for new links on your own website, but please do yourself a favor and set this up for your competitors as well. Link alerts set up on your competitors means you get an email whenever they get new links. And of course, you go after the strong links they have that you don't. So finding more great link building opportunities is possible. And we do have the SERP tool, which allows you to use a lot of search keyword footprints to search for web pages, to search for websites that rank well for these keywords, and then combine these results with all sorts of data points. The number of backlinks to the domain pop or referring root domains, and the power trust. When you see that all of these results come together and these different keywords in the screenshot, you see that we combine different searches. So the big value here is that you do not have to search for the first keyword, the second keyword, the third keyword, and then do all the Excel legwork. We don't want you to work in Excel. We don't want you to chase the free trick to do this and that and combine some data. In fact, the only reason I started building link research tools and the precursors of link research tools in 2006 is that I wanted to get proper data that I could trust, that we could work with when being a link building agency back then. And this is what the SERP tool does. It combines 20 different keyword searches with 200 results and takes away all the duplicates, takes away all the trash, and adds all these SEO metrics to it. And these on the screen, the 3 metrics we see are just a small selection of the almost 100 different metrics that we can provide you for those results. So you can slice and dice into the results, and from 20 times 200 results, 4,000, you first get maybe 2,000 still, but using the data, using the SEO metrics and the intelligence that we have about the link data of these results, you can go down to the best 20 and then spend all your time to try to secure those 20 links. You want to close them, not some of them. You want to close each of those 20 links. Don't waste your time going after 200s or 500s or thousands of crappy links. Go after the 20 best one and then spend all your time, energy, effort, and persistence to get them. Of course, before you do that, you use the link opportunity review tool to make sure that they are really of the very low risk or the low risk. If there are some high risk links among them, I would strongly recommend to revisit both the link detox and the decision to go after a link there. Maybe it's still high ranking, but all the risk signals already say, well, this is a page that probably gets you into trouble. And, in this example, we only show a handful of links. One link, one bad link won't make or break it. But if you do this a lot, you will get into trouble. Something that a lot of people do not know, that never talk about that a lot, is fixing and finding powerful 404 pages, and actually powerful links to 404 pages, to be precise. When you have, and 404 pages mean links not found. So maybe if someone clicks on that link, you maybe see it in the Apache weblogs or somewhere else. But the truth is, some links get clicked very, very seldom, and going after those is next to impossible. And why we built the link choose recovery tool is to rebuild the backlink profile, rebuild the website structure of expired domains for private block networks, as they're called today. But when you run this on your own domain, you will be shocked to see hundreds, thousands, or 10,000s of links broken. And you can fix that with a simple redirect. Just this morning, I looked into a client account, doing an account audit, and seeing that he had 19,450 links going to one page, and that one page was a simple renamed URL, and nobody took care about the redirect, or maybe forgot about the redirect, and maybe it broke later. Even popular companies, popular SEO conferences have this problem. I talked about this at Brighton SEO. Hundreds of links can be secured with a simple redirect on one single page, and all this redirect data we give you inside the tool, the link choose recovery tool. So you start it, and some minutes later, you not only see which links are there to be recovered, you also got the actual instructions to give to your webmasters. So some interesting news or questions. Actually, questions that we got already, and now it's question time. How can I check if a link is spammy or not? How often should you do a link audit for a website? How can I convince my clients to pay for recurring link audits? What metric can help me determine the link quality? Okay, let's get this going. I want to start though with Ralph, because he asked this question right in the beginning already. How do you know you might be affected for a keyword penalty or by thread quality update? Well, the thread quality update, that's quite a mythical thing. If you look at your keywords, and when you do your audit and you have the suspicion that the keyword is penalized, guess what? Link Detox has you covered. All you need to do is filter by that keyword. We can set up a slice and only look at all those links for that keyword or keyword phrase or combination of keywords or a group of keywords or wildcards. Anything that would start with buy, cheap, something could be in that group, because your keyword penalty is actually a keyword group penalty or a topic penalty sometimes. So what you want to do is you want to go in Link Detox, run the full Link Detox, and then do a filter slice. And if you want, I can show you after these other questions how to actually do it in the tool, how this works, because we got it all in there for years. And all you need to do is use that and ask these questions. Link Detox has the answers, but it's important that you ask these questions. So how to check for a link, if it's spammy or not? Link Detox is the answer, and you can do that for your existing links. But what I just showed before was the link opportunity review tool, and I think I didn't mention that. The link opportunity review tool does just that. It reviews the link opportunity. It can estimate if a link would be spammy or not, if you would get it or not. So you use it before you actually do the outreach, before you actually spend time and nerves and money to reach out to the webmaster. It's an estimation on the risk of the opportunity, of the link opportunity. This is the big innovation here, and a lot of people don't even know that this is possible, but we made it possible a long time ago, actually, and so I encourage you to use it. Looking into accounts from link research tool users, if I see the LORT, I know they're doing it right. I know these will be the people to succeed, to make their clients successful and outrank all the others, because they go the extra mile to check if a link would be spammy or not using the LORT tool. How often should you do a link audit for a website? Which is a great question, and as usually the answer is something like it depends. My recommendation is to do it once on a full audit and then on a monthly recurring basis. You want to do the full audit, and this will teach you why I recommend it to do it then on a monthly basis. When you go and you use the most recent link research tool version with 25 data sources, you might be shocked to see millions of backlinks. Oh my God, what are you guys doing? Where do you have all this data from? Congratulations, you used the best link audit tool that is out there. And then you want to go through all that. That is a lot of work. The amount of backlinks that many websites have is heavily underestimated. And you want to build that foundation. Okay? You want to have a clean foundation before you actually do any new link building. But when you look at a website like Ingo's website, it will get new backlinks. It will earn new backlinks. And you want to audit those new backlinks, of course, as well. And you don't want to wait until you have a penalty, do you? So actually, in some industries, very risky industries, or industries where competitive detox tells us that there's a lot of spammy links going on, I would even recommend it to do it every 2 weeks or maybe every week. The thing is, the more you let pile up, the more you're going to be stressed out then to audit that, right? Makes sense? If you don't read your emails for 6 weeks, I tell you, it's going to be a 5-digit number for me. And, well, I got some measurements and help in place to get not to that number, but the same is true here for links. If you don't look at your backlinks for years, don't be surprised to see millions of backlinks there that you never saw before that could cause you trouble or already caused you troubles. So how to convince clients to pay me for recurring link audits is exactly this reason. You do not do your books once every 3 years. So when you talk about link audits, please do me a favor, compare it to something from the real world. Compare it to accounting. Every entrepreneur, every business person knows that he needs to do his accounting. Needs to know that he has to have someone to look after his books and his financial transactions. Because otherwise, guess what happens? They go out of business. Nobody in their right mind would say, I only want to do accounting once, then maybe next year again, or maybe in 2 years. I mean, if you only have 2 or 3 transactions every month, it might not seem like a lot of work, but you want to be sure that this doesn't pile up over time. The truth is, the same is for link audits. Actually, for all organic search optimizations. What do you think happens in a year? Google doesn't sleep, Google doesn't stand still, and the web does change. It changes every day. The web changes every day. So, well, you could actually earn some really, really bad links from your competitors and not notice for almost a month. So a month could be too short. Here, you need to talk open with the client. Client, you want to do this right? You want to be after your competitors? You want to compete? You want to have a competitive advantage? Then you do this thing. You do this on a regular basis so you can be sure that whatever we do helps you. Some people have the idea that if they do some fantastic content marketing and earn a couple of great links, that they get an out of jail card for all the other stuff that's going on. That's not true. And honestly, a lot of content marketing doesn't get any links if you don't do proper outreach combined with that, or seeding, or whatever the word is, to present that content to the right people. So, and you might, have a fantastic campaign going on, fantastic link building campaign running, mailing hundreds of people for new links, but you would only get a couple new links a day maximum. What happens if you get all these bad links in addition? So from my perspective, oh yeah, this is what Baruch says. I love this. Brush your teeth every day, please. Daily, if you like me. Love it. So I think that was clear. And basically, this also depends on the seriousness of your client regarding to online, regarding to organic search. I hope you could use some of the data that are presented in the beginning. But when you run When you run to these questions, how often do we need this? You are great. Congratulations. Because you already got to the point where you at least got the client to understand that the web doesn't stand still, that the world continues to spin. Well, and that you need to brush your teeth every day. So at least, go to the doctor every month or 2 months, maybe do different health checks, go to the dentist twice a year, hopefully. You don't want to have your teeth falling out, in the middle of a very important business meeting or at the wedding of your friend, do you? So you do that. And the same is true here. You certainly want to have the bad surprise of a totally toxic backlink profile in the middle of, the year when you maybe have your great vacation, right? So this is like looking after the business, in terms of doing backups, doing accounting, brushing your teeth, making sure you do regular audits on your work, talk to your customers on a regular basis, and this is what you do here. Recurring link audits. That's what it is. There is no one shot. We only do this once and then we never look at the backlinks again. No. If you think about doing that, think again, please. So what metric can help me determine the link quality? Number one, power and trust, which have been in link research tools for years, and they are actually built on proper data, on big data. A lot of you guys are fancy, the guy with the funny mustache, Rand Fishkin, a good friend of mine, built Mars, and they built a little link index, and they built a metric called DA and PA, and that is something that measures only the trust for a domain or the page, which is great, and I love Rand. But the problem with that is it measures link quality, link authority on a very small backlink index. So remember the picture with the orange pie with a small blue slice. If you only look at a blue slice and try to calculate something on it, you're missing out. You're not seeing the full picture. And this is basically what Moss DAPA is about. And this is why Rand wants to build a great new link index, and I wish him all success, all luck with that, because I'm going to be his first most important client, I guess, when I buy that extra link data to get this into link research tools as another great advancement. So are spammers still getting around with private link networks? I wouldn't call them spammers in all the cases. I mean, Google might call them spammers. I might call them aggressive SEOs, or, well, maybe even black hat SEOs trying to use artificial link networks. But the simple answer that I have here is yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. They get around and they make shitloads of money. They do this and make millions. While we're sitting around tweaking our title pages and trying to get a couple links for our websites, black hats, spammers, as we might hear from Google, people trying to game the Google algorithm big time, have great success still. And the private link network is an important word here, is private. They do this because they keep their networks private. So whenever you buy something that is publicly advertised as private block network or private link network, be careful. If it's on all these Facebook groups and everyone chimes in and you have these great reviews on Webmaster World or Black Hat World, it might not be so private anymore, and then this might get you into trouble because maybe Google has those links and networks uncovered already. If we can do it, they can do it as well. Is there a way to build links without writing content? Without writing content? Well, you want to have great content where you link to, and you want to have great content where you link from. And who writes that content? Well, someone has to do it. So I would say no. Link pages, a list of links just on a simple page, is dead. Yeah. What are the must-do steps that every SEO should take to avoid a penalty? Backlink monitoring, of course. Daily or weekly link audits. Baruch said that. Doing the disavowing and boost job, of course. You want to disavow often. Disavow daily if you can. If you have someone on your team, and then boost those links. But this is important. When we talk about SEOs, they often have 500 different clients. And of course, if you have 500 different clients, they might only pay you a little bit for working 2 or 3 hours per what? Per day? And then you have the next client, and then you don't touch them on the next. Oh, but I need to be so cheap. I cannot I have to take the clients. No. What you need to do is be aware that you want to do a great job. You want to do this right. And if you take on 500 clients, it might pay the bills, but you do have a problem because you cannot provide the proper service to them because you don't have time. The same is true if you're a big organization, if you have 1,000 employees and you depend on organic traffic, and you just have this one poor SEO guy, and you try being nice and hire him a friend, so they're a team, and you have two guys in an organization of 1,000 people making a living from organic search, then I would urge you to go and find more people. And please try to hire people for your team. You can always try to outsource this to an agency, but you might end up with an agency that has, 500 clients and therefore can be really cheap. And I heard that a lot of people, only decide on the price. This could become a big problem. So penguin-friendly link building we talked about, and getting these high-quality links and high-quality content is what you want to do. But developing your team, developing your SEO team is the most critical part here, I guess. Not about the SEO software. It's not about the money it takes to buy some links. You want to be after all that. And this is the biggest difference, I think. In many people's mind, you can still have a, one setup and then run forever SEO. Just like rank tracking. Oh, put in my 5 keywords and then the stuff starts ranking. And this is great because we're great SEOs and stuff starts ranking and we have some automated link buying in place or something. No, it's not. This backlink monitoring and the ongoing disavow audits, link risk audits are important. So what you need to do is to educate your clients on that, is to educate your stakeholders, your team leads, your friends, your team members, your boss, your boss's boss. Go up to speak to whoever you can that SEO and link risk management is actually serious work. It's just like brushing your teeth. It's like doing accounting. If your accounting department is too small or outsourced, you might get into trouble with tax authorities. Educate your clients. Key learnings for your clients. You need to make them understand the long-term aspect of link audits. You are the doctor for those ongoing health checks. You are the SEO. You are the expert. There is no excuse why you shouldn't talk about that. There is no excuse for you not doing that. Please do yourself a favor, do your clients a favor, and do this right. Oh, but we don't have the money for this. We don't have the time for this. When you hear something like we don't have the time for this, it really means this is not a priority. Make them understand that this needs to be a priority and they will have time and suddenly the budgets. You are efficient. You are most efficient because you use link research tools in the audit. There are a lot of people pitching like crazy and selling a link audit for a couple $100. Come on. I don't know if you think that you can go over 100,000 of backlinks or even millions of backlinks in the link detox audit in a couple hours. Even a couple hours would be underpaid with that. You need to pay the office, you need to pay your team members, you need to pay the accountant and all these things. Lowballing on the audit or squeezing it into the project is not the objective. This is a big mistake I see happening every day. Oh, but we couldn't secure more money to do this, so we need to do a little bit of this. There is no little bit of a full audit. A full thing. You are doing the full thing. Make your client understand that you're the best person to go to do the full thing, the full audit. You get trained by the inventors of link audits, of link detox. I'm talking to you right now. And if you want, we can even go into more private trainings with you. I want to make sure that you are successful. And this is something that only works if your clients are successful. If you undersell them, if you go and do the cheap thing, do the partial thing, you do yourself a disservice because you do your clients a disservice. And this will come back to you. So these are the key learnings that I want to give you. Make sure to talk to your customers, to your clients, to your stakeholders. The only reason we build link research tools is to make this work on linked data simply possible. I talk to people at conferences and all these webinars, and I always hear the same story. Oh, we do this by hand. We have an intern that just, came to us and he's going to build us a nice little script in Excel, and then we're going to combine all the linked data ourselves. Folks, it's not about combining. You can do that. Go and buy all the linked data you can get. Download it, unzip it, put it into Excel, do the deduplication thing. Great. And then you have an Excel sheet with 30 million backlinks. And what you need to do next is to make sure that these links are actually still there. You only got some data, and not everyone knows that. Majestic talks about that. They do have an historic index, and you can buy some backlink data there. The historic index is backlink data up to 5 years old. You wanna base your decisions on if you want to do a surgery or not, on an inspection, on an audit of 5 years ago? No. Everyone has a friend or someone in the family that has cancer. And some of you will have this cancer in your backlink profile. You want to go after it. Just looking at your left hand will not give you confidence enough that it's not there, right? Try to explain that to your clients, and they will say, oh, wow, now I get it. Thank you so much. When can we start? And maybe they will not even talk about their budgets anymore. They want that. You want them to want that. So you are the SEO superhero for your clients. You are the SEO doctor for your clients. This is your job, your position. Please do yourself a favor and position yourself as that. So we have a couple of questions coming in here from Eric. How often should you do a link detox boost? Should you do the boost for all disavowed links or just the newly disavowed ones? If you do it only for the most recent disavowed links, how do you do that? Eric, what happens in Link Detox is whenever you click the Link Detox Boost button, it knows which links to boost. So when you click the button, it knows which links were boosted and sends them to Link Detox Boost. So what I would suggest here is that you simply follow the logic that we have in the system, and you're going to be fine. Reboosting is something that you could do if you don't see them tracked. And there is a functionality in Link Detox Boost that tells you when Google visited that page. Sometimes it's broken because Google changes a lot of things, but our tracking works like a charm for many years with short interruptions, and we can measure if Google actually saw those links, recrawled them when you wanted them to recrawl. So this is what we use. Thank you. That's an amazing question, sir. So that was Ralph. Yeah, so LOT Daily. Here's an interesting question from Peter. Peter saying, you have downgraded the starter package so that it shows less URLs. I would rather have one credit, one credit per month that shows all of my links rather than 5 that only shows some. I'm one of many photographic businesses that cannot afford to upgrade. Peter, thank you so much for that question. That's a very important question. See, what we did is we have limits in all the plans. What we did is we did not let you do the wrong thing anymore. Again, you always had a limit of 6,000 links in your starter package. In the past, and this is a true story, it happened to a client of ours. They went in for the starter package because they thought we're just starting out. Great. You know what their client was? It was SAP.com, 60 million backlinks, and we only took a sample of 6,000. You know what happened? We found out too late, and that looks really, really bad because that's a 1/10,000th. I don't want my clients to suffer this. So what we did is we changed the logic, we changed these checks, and we do not allow partial audits anymore. We do not support that. This is not something we offer anymore, Peter. And when this was possible in the past, I'm very sorry for that, because back then I assumed that everyone would do the right research up front with all the data we have and pick the right plan. The truth is, many people pick the wrong plan. So this is our problem. It's our job to fix that, and I hope we fix that. So in this case, it's actually an upgrade, because you also allow to find a lot more links. Our job is to find and combine all these links for you. And if you do have 300,000 backlinks, you need a bigger plan than a starter. That is a true thing, and that's a fact. And I'm confident to tell you that we're doing the right thing by letting you do this right. Again, if you do think about doing a partial audit and looking at a small percentage, please do yourself a favor, save your own time and sanity and hours as well. Then do not do it. There is no little bit of pregnant. You're pregnant or not pregnant, right? And the same is true for link audits. You want to do the full thing, whatever we can get. And I'm super proud that we could increase the backlinks found for so many websites now. That's what it is. And I would strongly recommend you to go back and actually think about what's worth more. The time that you spend now doing it right, or a couple $100 that you save because you think you cannot afford this. In my opinion, you cannot afford to not do it. You want to do the full audit with whatever it takes. And let me be clear, it's about the links that we crawl. When you have backlinks, storing those backlinks is simple. Crawling them, thousands of them or millions of them, is not simple. It costs a lot of resources. It costs us a lot of resources. So we not only pay for extra data to our providers, we pay for a ton of servers and network resources. And of course, then we combine all that and take away the data that is not important for you. But we need to crawl all the data first. Okay? So I hope I could explain that well enough. Thank you very much for that question, because yeah, I can understand, it looks like a problem in the first place, but actually we can make your audit better now. It is an upgrade. We have so much more data in the product that I encourage you to go in there and let's do this. You want to do the link audit on the proper size right now. And the money that you pay for it now will be a great investment. Certainly not the first time and not the last time that you pay more than you think you would pay for something. But it's a great investment into your future, because if you don't do this audit now, it might come back to you later on. Take this as the best recommendation I have for you. And yeah, this means thank you. And to show a slice of the keyword, a little trick. Let me log into the product right now. Show you how that keyword selection works. I'm going to find a report here, and we do have, wait, that's going to come in a moment. Link research tools. Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong, sorry. Reports. Tons of reports. You can imagine, in my link research tools account, I collected quite a lot of reports over the time, all these years. Let me look at this. Daily reports, recurring reports. I want to show you a really great example of what to look at. Now here's the training account that I love so much to show, with actual client examples that we used in the webinar already. The reports are here. Fake links, the competitive research. Wonderful. The CAD add-ons, I use them a lot as examples because I love the fact that this is a small, so to say, a smaller business, not a big brand, but still a company that depends heavily on the organic traffic. So when we look at this report here, the risk is really, really high because I didn't upload any disavow links yet. I didn't upload any disavow files here. This is a report that we did ourselves as a preparation for other webinars. So when we look at this, we have an anchor text breakdown. This is your first check. Look at all these keywords. You see all the red? Wow, that's a lot of keywords in red. So let's assume we do have a keyword like auto Lisp sources, whatever that is. Auto Lisp, AutoCAD, yeah, not my best expertise on that one. What you see right now is that we are filtering by this keyword, and you see the default is auto Lisp sources with the match like, and therefore we get all variations here of this, and we have 32 pages linking to us with this out of the 3,000. So when we go further, you see there are different variations. We could change this to maybe say equal, to have the exact match then, only on this keyword. Okay, so that would reduce the number of links a little bit here. Okay. And what we do now is we save this as a slice. Auto Lisp resources. What it is. Or, naming conventions help big time. Lisp keywords, resources with KW in the beginning. And when we save this slice here, hey, where's my mouse cursor again? Oh, I love this, PowerPoint bug. Saving the slice. You see, the slice gets added here. When you click on that, it opens up the report with the keywords sliced out of all the data. And you see, looking at this, the total risk. Wait, needs to load here. The total risk for that keyword. So for that keyword only, we have a risk of 987. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is close to a penalty. I would say if you saw a drop in your rankings for this specific keyword, then this is a call to action to look after the backlinks. And when we look at the backlinks for that keyword alone in the slice, only those 32 pages are listed here. There are some with a very high risk, all the talks free here, but also suspicious links, more and more and more. And I would say, some of them should be reviewed. And going through 32 pages using the link detox screener is exactly what you need to do. To be better safe than sorry, because I'm not sure if you'll notice that some of these high-risk links actually have a great power trust on the domain level. The page has a power trust of 0, so that doesn't make them look too good. But I want to be sure, and this is what we recommend all users to do with the new link detox screener that's even fast and easier to do now. You just go through the pages and you see how we can do the audit really fast. We see all these links going here, and the start gigant NL start gigant is I think giant a start page, a typical start page, and that one here looks pretty spammy, doesn't it? I would give this a thumb down and disavow on the page level here, because I'm not sure about the rest of the domain yet. It looks, the power trust on the domain, oh my God, is no trust. And no. This is a disavow on the domain level. So going to the next page, I will probably, find another one. Let's make sure I skip sideward links from pages at disavow on the domain level and go to the next one. This is a great example of a high-risk link from some org page that looks pretty bad, but the reality is there is a lot of stuff here. And you see the HTML source code is clear. I don't see anything that looks like marked as, paid link or so. We're actually linked twice here, which is interesting. I'm not sure why that is, but the overall domain here is of a power trust of 8. And that means maybe this is just a very weak page, as we say, looking on a weak page with a money keyword. owner that owns simple CAD knows better about the industry. And this is what I recommend you to do. Learn link detox, learn the audit, train your clients to do this on a regular basis, because these favorites here, just saved from some bookmark service or something, I don't know. Seriously, don't know. None of them look trustworthy. And so you can always use the keyboard also to disavow here. But this is how it works, you know. You see all these highlights, you see all these pages, you can use these hotkeys like you would play a video game. You can disavow links using that. Okay. A for the whole domain, S to skip the sidebar links, W to clear the disavow. So we can use the cursor keys, and I'm using my keyboard right now, just disavowing a lot of weird links. And when we look at this link here, this subpage from an EDU page, see, this is the typical case of a page that is on a private space on a university. And of course, it's really, really old. But the fact that the domain is quite trusted and the risk is low, I would call this a great link. Let's move on and look at the next link. You see, we also get all the links listed that are on the page. Oh, this German domain here loads really slow, and we actually got a timeout live now. So at the time of the crawling, it was live, and now in my demo here, it's not live. This is what I was talking about when it's a problem to crawl the web. A lot of the websites are down. You want to be linked with all these other resources on a Russian libcat page that talks about CAD? Whew. Russian links. A lot of people are scared from that. I actually love this page because it looks like a legit resource, and I would give this a thumb up and keep this link because our average risk is also not high enough. So you see how I give feedback to the software, how I train link detox. Great link. In my account, this means I influence the results. This works in my account. You see all these pages from different Russian or Dutch bookmarks. Yeah, okay, these are bookmark collections, but it looks like these are part of a bigger site, of a bigger set of pages from a certain person. Okay, this guy, my license plate page, looks like a very, very, very old private website. Okay, but going back to the original question, how do you look at the risk for the backlinks? This is exactly how it works. Using the slice, using the power of the filter slices. A lot of users do not know this. And we have some slices here prepared. You can look at all this without the nofollow links also. So when I click here, I actually slice deeper. I created a slice of the slice. Isn't that awesome? So that's how it works. And yeah, I hope I could explain that well. If you have any other questions here, yeah, you do. Chris, how does a domain like Cabbage Soup Diet not get penalized for over optimization of anchor text? Brad, I don't know nothing. I know nothing about this domain right now because this is not how it works. When you have a domain, you start a link detox, you do all the work to do a link audit, and then you have an idea if it's actually over optimized. And what you might not know is that the keyword is not something that can be over optimized so easily if it's very probably very typical in that space. We got a tool called Competitive Landscape Analyzer where we look at the distribution of the keyword ratios. 20% money keyword links, 50% money keyword links, 80% money keyword links. You think 80% money keyword links are bad? No, they're not. It's not the question if they're good or bad. Whatever you read on Mars is wrong and only true for one example that we're talking about. Let me load this report here still. I think my computer is a little bit slow now. Okay. What we see here is 31% ratio for money keyword links. And 39% of the backlinks for the top 3, 32, and 24 for the top 10 on average have money keyword links in their backlink profile. So 31% money keyword links are perfectly fine here. This is not a problem. So this is what you need to do. You need to do the legwork. You need to go and do the competitive research to get an understanding of what is natural, of what you can do in your backlink profile. If you would do only 10% money keyword links in this specific niche, you would underperform. You would under-optimize. Just because you follow some general advice on some SEO blog like Moz or others, you are doing it wrong. I always use Moz as an example because they have such a following, because they have such great content there, but also content that is too simple, that is not giving you the full picture. There is no general rule in SEO, and all these things that we're talking about depend on the country, the language, the keyword, and your competitors. And this is what the competitive landscape analyzer is about. This is the tool that you use to find out what is natural or not. And again, we got a full page about that on our help site explaining you exactly how it works. So let me share that real quick here in the chat as well. If you go to helplinkresearchtools.com, this is your answer to every question you didn't find on www.linkresearchtools.com. And it will show you exactly how to use the software step by step, what you enter, how it runs, what you get out of it, how you read it, and why you actually do all this. Okay? This is more than just a manual about the buttons. It helps you understand what it's for. Do you need more no-follow links or follow links? Which keyword ratio is good? Which one is bad? This is what it's all about. So, and just because it's an EMD that ranks #1 for cabbage soup diet means nothing. They might rank on cabbage soup diet because it's an AMD, but probably they blend in with their backlink profile. EMDs might work and give you a little bit of an advantage, but they're not guaranteed for a top ranking. Really depends on the competition, and I would encourage you to start a competitive landscape analyzer for cabbage soup diet. And this works like this. Let's do this. Having cabbagesoupdiet.com. Okay, let's first create a new project, because you know this is all preset with the CAD add-on thing. Cabbage soup diet, the URL. And now we want to find our competitors. Cabbage soup diet would be the keyword. We go to google.com, I guess, and find the pages. And when you classify a money keyword, are you considering it as a money keyword for the specific niche? My domain is about furniture, so anything related to furniture would be a money keyword for you. Exactly. However, if I have anchor text for pet food because of negative SEO, how would I classify pet food? I would classify that as a money keyword as well, because money keywords are essentially the riskiest thing. Not because there are money keywords, but because they are often used in combination with. So those pet food links, for example, would then also be money keywords where someone tries to rank for money keyword pet food. That could hurt your website or make you rank better for pet food instead of cabbage soup diet. Get the idea? So we don't have a specific extra class for that case because we got suggestions for even 10 or 20 different types of categories, and you don't want to do that. When we combine, when we compare ourselves, you already see WebMD. You don't want to compare yourself to WebMD, although it's funny that they also rank for, well, it's a medical site. These other websites we just look at, and we start a full analysis. Quick example, the sample analysis is something that you can use in demos like this one to get a quick idea of what's going on in that industry. But this report was run in sample analysis mode. Consider full analysis. And when we spell this out in the tool in a very nice way to say consider, please take my personal recommendation, do yourself a favor and run the full analysis before you do anything else. In fact, I click on rerun this in full right now. I don't even want to wait a couple of seconds before getting the result, and I already start the full analysis, because all you do is you base your decisions on the full analysis. So running a partial audit here in the sample is not for making decisions on it. It's to getting an understanding of which domains are we looking at. What's the link velocity trend? How many referring root domains? You see the cabbage soup diet only has 732 referring root domains. Is that good or bad? Well, the number doesn't decide on all of that. Power and trust distribution seems to be interesting because they seem to have. No. See, this is what I mean. We are not even finished here. The progress here is 30, and I encourage you to wait at least until this one is finished, but then you will find all kinds of keywords to classify. This is what you need to do. Please do your homework and understand your niche. Whatever you find here will be interesting, but please go for the full audit. And this will mean you will wait longer, you will find more links, you will classify more keywords and have better results, and therefore you will succeed. You will do the full thing. This is what Link Research Tools is about, combining it all together and doing the full thing. Do yourself a favor and don't settle for less than the full audit, less than the full comparison. And if this is your only keyword, congratulations. I would assume that cabbage soup diet is just your main keyword. So please rerun this for other keywords as well. And we have a tool like the competitive keyword analyzer where you can paste in multiple keywords and then just find out the patterns in there. Okay? That was an amazing question, Eric, and thank you very much for this. Exciting to hear that. And yeah, I would like to end the webinar right now because we're way over time, and I do have a next call coming up, and therefore I would like to say thank you very much. My name is Christoph Kemper out of Vienna, founder of the Link Research Tools. I wish you a wonderful day, and yeah, I'm gonna stop this now before I talk another hour. I hope to see you in the next webinar very, very soon, and say thank you very much. Bye-bye.